My best friend went viral on TikTok for telling the world about my horrible and embarrassing crush story. I need to tell you something before you see it online, my best friend Olivia said. I unlocked my phone. 47 notifications, screenshots flooding the group chat, 3 texts from my sister with skull emojis, 1 from my mom asking if I was okay. The first message was from Blair, my coworker. OMG, is this you? With a link. I clicked it. Olivia's face filled my screen, sitting in her bedroom with that concerned friend expression she practiced in mirrors. The caption read, "Storytime. When my friend confessed to her crush in the most embarrassing way ever." My stomach dropped. So, my friend, Olivia's voice played through my speaker, made this whole playlist for her crush, right? Called it Songs That Remind Me of You. 63 songs. She printed out the track list and everything. That was mine. That was my playlist for Reed from sophomore year. She walked up to him at Grindhouse Coffee, Olivia continued on screen, wearing this vintage denim jacket with patches all over it. My jacket. The one I wore every day that month. And she handed him this envelope with the list inside, and he opened it right there. And she just stood there waiting for him to say something. I stopped the video. 30,000 likes. 2,000 comments. Posted 6 hours ago while I was asleep. You said you wouldn't tell anyone, I said. Olivia reached across the table. I pulled my hand back. I didn't use your name, she said. No one knows it's you. I scrolled to the comments. This is definitely about Reed Calloway LMAO. Wait, isn't this girl from Rosewood? I know exactly who this is. The denim jacket girl from Grindhouse? I remember that day. My phone buzzed. Reed's name appeared on screen. A text. Hey, saw the video. That was you, wasn't it? I looked up at Olivia. She bit her lip, eyes wide, waiting for me to forgive her. Everyone knows, I said. It's not that bad. Reed texted me. Her face changed. Not apologetic anymore. Something else. What did he say? I stood up, grabbing my bag. Where are you going? I didn't answer. I walked past 3 tables of people I recognized from high school. One girl nudged her friend and whispered. Another looked at her phone, then at me, then back at her phone. Outside, I sat in my car and opened TikTok. The video had 42,000 views now. I scrolled through Olivia's profile. She'd posted 2 more videos in the past hour. The first, POV. Your friend is mad at you for telling a story, but you never said her name. Her standing in her kitchen, shrugging at the camera, looking exhausted. The second, Storytime Part 2. The aftermath. This one had 15,000 views already. I pressed play. So I just told my friend about the video, Olivia said, and she completely freaked out on me. Like, I get it. It's embarrassing, but I was trying to be supportive. I literally never said her name. Now she's acting like I betrayed her or something. The comments were worse. Your friend sounds dramatic. She's just mad because the guy rejected her. Some people can't take a joke. I screenshotted everything. Every comment, every timestamp. The view counts. I saved the videos to my camera roll in case she deleted them later. Then I texted back. Yeah, wanna get coffee sometime? My hands didn't shake. My chest didn't tighten. I just put my phone down and drove home, counting every red light, every turn, every second until I could figure out exactly how to make this right. Reed replied 3 minutes later. Coffee sounds good. Tomorrow? I stared at the message. Tomorrow meant 24 hours to figure out what to say, how to act, whether to pretend the video never existed or acknowledge it head on. I texted back, sure, Grindhouse at noon? The same place where I'd handed him the playlist 2 years ago. The same place Olivia had immortalized in her video. He sent a thumbs up. I opened Instagram. 17 new followers. 4 DMs from people I hadn't talked to since graduation, all asking if I was okay, all clearly just fishing for details. I ignored them and checked Olivia's profile again. She'd posted another video 20 minutes ago. Update. My friend is ignoring me now. Like, I'm genuinely worried about her, but she won't respond to my texts. If you're reading this, I'm here for you. I'd answered her text 2 hours ago. She knew I wasn't ignoring her. The comments poured in. She sounds toxic, honestly. You deserve better friends? Block her and move on. I screenshot the video, noting the timestamp, then kept scrolling. She'd gained 6,000 followers since this morning. Her bio now read, storyteller, an empath, here for the messy reality. My phone buzzed. Blair from work. Hey, saw the TikTok. You doing okay? I'm fine, I typed back. Wanna grab lunch this week? My treat. Blair had never offered to buy me lunch before. I said sure and put my phone face down on my desk. The next morning at work, I walked into the break room and heard my own story playing from someone's phone. 2 people from accounting stood by the coffee maker listening. Wait, rewind it, one said. The part about the playlist. I grabbed a mug from the cabinet. They went quiet. Morning, I said. Morning. They both smiled. Too wide, too friendly. Then they left. I poured my coffee and opened the group chat with my work friends. Someone had shared the video at 11 last night. 12 messages debating whether it was really me. 3 people saying they remembered seeing me in that jacket. 1 person saying they always thought Reed was out of my league anyway. I muted the chat and went back to my desk. Blair stopped by at lunch. You sure you're good? She asked. Why wouldn't I be? I just mean, if you want to talk about it, there's nothing to talk about. She nodded slowly, like she didn't believe me, then walked away. I checked TikTok again during my break. Olivia had posted twice more. The first was a response to a comment asking if we were still friends. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to reach out, but she's shutting me down. The second was a slideshow of old photos of us with the caption, when you realize your friendship meant more to you than it did to them. I appeared in 7 of the 9 photos. My face, my life, her narrative. Someone knocked on my cubicle wall. Another coworker I barely knew. Hey, random question, she said. Did you actually make a playlist for Reed Calloway? Why? Just curious. That TikTok's everywhere. I don't know what you're talking about. She laughed. Okay, sure. After work, I drove to Target and bought groceries I didn't need, just to avoid going home. My sister called twice. I declined both times. She texted, Mom's asking about the video. Call her back. I didn't. At 8 p.m., Olivia texted me directly, can we please just talk? I feel like you're making this a bigger deal than it is. I typed and deleted 4 different responses before settling on, I'm meeting Reed tomorrow. 3 dots appeared immediately, then disappeared, then appeared again. Wait, seriously? Yeah, what are you going to say to him? I don't know yet. The dots appeared and stayed there for a full minute before her next message came through. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? People are already talking. I turned my phone off and went to bed. When I woke up, Olivia had posted another video. This one had 50,000 views. The caption, Storytime Part 3. When your friend starts dating the guy from the original story and you're genuinely happy for her, but also low-key hurt she didn't tell you first. I hadn't even seen Reed yet. She was already writing the next chapter. I got dressed, drove to Grindhouse, and waited at a table by the window. Reed walked in at noon exactly, wearing the same navy jacket I remembered from 2 years ago. Hey, he said, sitting down across from me. Hey, we ordered coffee. He didn't mention the video right away, just asked how work was going, what I'd been up to. Normal small talk that felt strange after everything. Then he said, so about that playlist. I looked at him. I still have it, he said. The list you gave me, it's in my car. I didn't know what to say to that. I liked it, he continued. The songs, I mean. I just didn't know what to do with it at the time. You kinda caught me off guard. Yeah, sorry. Don't be. He stirred his coffee. I saw the TikTok. Recognized the story immediately. Everyone did? I figured. He paused. For what it's worth, I don't think it was that embarrassing. I think it was brave. I watched him, trying to figure out if he meant it or if this was pity. Your friend, though, he said. That was messed up. Yeah, you still talk to her? Not really. He nodded. We finished our coffee and made plans to meet again next week. Nothing serious. Just another coffee, maybe lunch. When I got back to my car, I checked my phone. Olivia had texted, how did it go? I left her on read and drove home, counting every mile, every minute, every second until I could figure out exactly what to do next. Over the weekend, Olivia's follower count jumped to 23,000. She posted a new video every 6 hours, each one carefully positioned as damage control while actually pouring gasoline on the fire. Saturday morning. To everyone asking if we're still friends, I'm trying. She won't talk to me. Saturday afternoon. POV, you apologize 100 times but your friend won't accept it. Saturday night. Story time. When you realize some people just want to stay mad. Sunday morning brought a 7-minute tearful monologue about how she was being painted as the villain when she'd only been trying to share a relatable moment. She wiped her eyes with the back of her hand. Mascara smudged just enough to look real. The comment section became a war zone. Your friend is clearly jealous of your success. She's probably mad because the guy rejected her. Some people can't handle other people's happiness. But buried in the supportive comments were a few different voices. Wait, didn't you have a crush on Reed too? I remember you talking about him all the time junior year. This feels weird. Why would you tell her story? Olivia deleted those comments within minutes. I screenshot them first. My sister called Sunday afternoon. Have you seen what she's posting? She asked. Yeah. Are you going to say anything? Not yet. When? When it matters. She didn't understand, but she stopped pushing. Monday morning at work, Blair cornered me by the printer. Can I ask you something? She said, glancing around to make sure no one else was listening. Sure. Did Olivia actually apologize to you? Like, for real? She texted me, said sorry it blew up. Blair frowned. That's not really an apology. I know. So why is she acting like you're the one being unreasonable? Because it's easier than admitting what she did. Blair nodded slowly, then printed her document and walked away. 2 hours later, she texted me. For what it's worth, I don't think you're being dramatic. I liked the message but didn't respond. That afternoon, Olivia texted, I saw you hung out with Reed. That's great. I'm genuinely happy for you. I'd never told her we met up. She must have been checking my location or Reed's or maybe someone else told her. I typed back, thanks. We should all hang out sometime, like old times. Old times meant sophomore year when the three of us used to study together at the library, back before Reed became my crush and Olivia decided he should be hers too. She'd never admitted it out loud, but everyone knew. The way she laughed too hard at his jokes. The way she always found reasons to sit next to him. The way she stopped inviting me when he was around. Maybe, I replied. She sent a heart emoji. Tuesday, she posted a video with Reed's coffee shop in the background. Not Grindhouse, but the other one across town where we used to go. The caption, revisiting old memories and realizing some friendships outgrow you. She didn't tag me, didn't have to. The comments filled in the blanks. Wednesday morning, 3 of our mutual friends, Becca, Zoe, and Quinn, created a group chat without me. I only knew because Quinn accidentally sent a screenshot to the wrong thread. It was deleted in seconds, but I saw it. The message read, I feel bad, but honestly, Olivia seems really hurt. Quinn texted me privately 10 minutes later. Sorry about that. Wrong chat. I didn't reply. Reed and I met for coffee again Wednesday afternoon. Same place, same table. She posted another video about you, he said. I know. Doesn't that bother you? It did at first. And now? Now I'm just waiting. He stirred his coffee, watching me carefully. Waiting for what? For her to slip up. She already did. The whole video was a slip up. Not enough. She needs to slip up where everyone can see it. He nodded like he understood, even though I wasn't sure I fully understood it myself yet. Thursday. Olivia commented on an old Instagram post of mine from 3 months ago. Just a single heart emoji. 30 people liked her comment. It felt like a performance. A public display of friendship that erased everything she'd done. I didn't like it back. Friday afternoon, my manager pulled me into her office. I need to talk to you about something, she said, closing the door. I sat down already knowing what this was about. There's a TikTok going around, she continued. Some of the team has seen it. It's creating a distraction. I didn't post it. I know, but it's affecting workplace morale. How? People are talking, taking sides. I need you to handle this outside of work. I haven't brought it to work. I understand that. I'm just asking you to resolve it quickly. I nodded and left her office. Blair saw me walking back to my desk and mouthed, you okay? I gave her a thumbs up. That night, Olivia's latest video hit 100,000 views. The caption, update, still trying to fix things with my friend. Sending love to anyone going through friendship struggles right now. The comments were overwhelmingly supportive. You're handling this so maturely. Your friend doesn't deserve you. Keep your head up, queen. One comment stood out. Have you considered that maybe you're the problem? It had 3 likes and was buried under 200 others. Olivia hadn't deleted it yet. I liked it. Saturday morning, Becca texted me. Hey, are you okay? Olivia's really worried about you. I'm fine, I wrote back. She feels terrible about everything. Does she? Yeah. She keeps saying she just wants to talk. She can call me anytime. She says you won't answer. I answered last time. The conversation ended there. Sunday afternoon, Reed texted, wanna grab dinner this week? Somewhere that's not a coffee shop? Sure, when? Tuesday. Works for me. Monday morning, Olivia posted one final video before her strategy shifted. She sat in her car, no makeup, hair in a messy bun, looking exhausted. I don't know what else to do, she said into the camera. I've apologized. I've tried to reach out. At this point, I think I just have to accept that some friendships aren't meant to last. And that's okay. Growth means letting go of people who don't want to grow with you. The video ended with her wiping her eyes and smiling sadly at the camera. It had 50,000 views in 2 hours. I saved it to my my phone, added it to the folder with all the others, and put my phone away. Then I opened my calendar and marked Tuesday in red. Dinner with Reed. And after that, I'd figure out exactly when to make my move. Tuesday night, Reed picked me up at 7. We drove to a restaurant on the other side of town, far enough that we wouldn't run into anyone we knew. "You've been quiet all week," he said after we ordered. "Just dealing with stuff." "The TikTok stuff?" "Yeah, she's still posting about it? Every day, sometimes twice a day." He shook his head. "That's obsessive. She has 30,000 followers now. It's working for her." "Doesn't make it right." We ate and talked about other things. His job, my work drama, whether we should try the new bookstore downtown. Normal conversation that felt almost strange after everything. When he dropped me off, he said, "Let me know if you need anything." I thanked him and went inside. Wednesday morning, Olivia posted a photo on Instagram. Not a video this time, just a picture of her and Becca at some cafe, both of them laughing, the caption reading, "Grateful for friends who actually show up." Becca had commented within minutes, "Love you," so had Zoe. "Best humans." And Quinn, "My people." I screenshot the post and added it to my folder. That afternoon, my mom called. "Your aunt showed me that video," she said. "Which one?" "The one about the playlist. Is that you?" "Does it matter?" "People are talking, honey. Let them talk." "I just think you should clear the air with Olivia. This is getting out of hand." It was already out of hand when she posted it. My mom sighed. "You two have been friends since middle school. Don't throw that away over some silly video." She threw it away, not me. The call ended badly. She didn't understand, and I didn't have the energy to explain it. Thursday, Olivia went live on TikTok. I didn't watch it in real time, but Blair sent me a screen recording during lunch. In the video, Olivia sat cross-legged on her bed, talking directly to the camera. "A lot of you have been asking for an update on the friendship situation," she said. "And honestly, I'm just tired of pretending everything's fine when it's not. I've tried everything. I've apologized. I've reached out. I've given her space. At some point, you have to accept that some people just want to be angry." Someone in the comments asked if we were still friends. "I don't know," Olivia said, her voice cracking slightly. "I hope so. But right now, it doesn't feel like it." The video had 200,000 views by the time I watched it. The comments were brutal. "She's clearly jealous of you. You don't need that negativity in your life. Real friends wouldn't act like this." But there were others too. Quieter voices buried under the supportive ones. "Something about this feels off. Why would she tell someone else's story without permission?" I remember her talking about Reed in high school. This doesn't add up. Those comments had fewer likes, but they were there. Friday afternoon, Quinn texted me. "Can we talk?" "Sure," I replied. We met at a park near her apartment. She sat on a bench, arms crossed, looking uncomfortable. "Olivia's really upset," she started. "I know. She feels like you're shutting her out. She aired my private life to thousands of strangers. What did she expect?" Quinn looked down. "I just think maybe if you guys could sit down and talk." "She doesn't want to talk. She wants me to forgive her so she can post about how we made up and get more views." "That's not fair, isn't it?" Quinn didn't answer. After a few minutes, she said, "Becca and Zoe think you're being dramatic." "Do you?" She hesitated. "I think you're both hurt." "That's not an answer. I don't want to pick sides." "You already did. You're here." She stood up. "I'm trying to help." "Then tell Olivia to delete the videos." "She won't do that." "Then there's nothing to talk about." Quinn left, and I sat alone on the bench for another 20 minutes, watching people walk their dogs and jog past, living normal lives that didn't revolve around social media drama. Saturday morning, Reed texted, "Want to get coffee again? I'm free this afternoon." "Can't today. Rain check." "Sure. Everything okay?" "Yeah, just busy." I wasn't busy. I just needed time to think. That evening, Olivia posted another video. This one was different, more calculated. "Storytime. The full truth about what happened with my friend." The caption read. I pressed play. "So a lot of you have been asking for my side of the story," Olivia said, "and I've been hesitant to share because I didn't want to make things worse. But I think it's important to be honest." She paused, looking directly into the camera. "My friend, the one from the original video, she's been really struggling lately. And I get it. Rejection is hard. But instead of dealing with it in a healthy way, she's been taking it out on me. I told that story because I thought it was funny and relatable, not because I wanted to hurt her. But now she's acting like I committed some terrible crime." My screen went dark for a second as I paused the video. Then I kept watching. The guy from the story, Reed, he reached out to her after the video went viral. They've been hanging out, which is great. I'm genuinely happy for her. But she's still mad at me for some reason. It's like she wants to blame me for everything that went wrong instead of taking responsibility for her own actions. The video ended with Olivia wiping her eyes and smiling sadly at the camera. "I just hope she finds peace," she said. "And I hope we can move past this someday." The video had 50,000 views in an hour. The comments exploded. "She sounds exhausting. You're better off without her. Some people are never happy." I read every single comment, screenshot the ones that mattered, and added them to my folder. Then I opened my notes app and started typing. Sunday morning, Becca posted a photo on her Instagram story. It was a group shot, her, Zoe, Quinn, and Olivia at brunch. They were all smiling, mimosas on the table, the caption reading, "Sunday fun day with my girls." I wasn't invited, clearly. That afternoon, my sister called. "Have you seen Olivia's latest video?" she asked. "Yeah. What are you going to do?" "Nothing yet. She's making you look terrible." "I know. So I'm waiting." "For what?" "For the right moment." "When's that?" "Soon." Monday morning, Olivia texted me, "Lunch this week? We really need to talk." I stared at the message for 5 full minutes before replying. "Sure. Wednesday? Perfect. How about Rosewood Cafe? Noon? Works for me." She sent back a heart emoji and a smiley face. I put my phone down and opened my folder. 23 screenshots, 7 videos, 4 weeks of documentation, everything I needed. Tuesday night, I texted Reed, "Can you do me a favor?" "Sure, what's up?" "Can you be at Rosewood Cafe tomorrow at noon?" "Why?" "I'm meeting Olivia. I need witnesses." "Witnesses for what?" "You'll see," he agreed. Then I texted Blair, "Lunch at Rosewood tomorrow?" "I usually eat at my desk," she replied. "Not tomorrow, trust me." "Okay, noon?" "Noon." Wednesday morning, I woke up early and reviewed everything one more time. The screenshots, the videos, the comments, the timeline. Every piece of evidence that proved Olivia had been lying the entire time. At 11:30, I drove to Rosewood Cafe. Reed was already there, sitting at a table near the window. Blair arrived 10 minutes later and sat at the table next to him. They didn't acknowledge each other, but they were both exactly where I needed them to be. Olivia walked in at noon sharp, scanning the room until she spotted me. She smiled and waved, then made her way over. "Hey," she said, sitting down across from me. "Thanks for meeting me." "Of course." She ordered an iced latte. I ordered water. "So," she said, folding her hands hands on the table. I've been thinking a lot about everything, and I just want to say I'm sorry. Really, I never meant to hurt you. I know. I just wish you could laugh about it now. Like, it's been a month. We've both moved on, right? I nodded slowly, taking a sip of water. She leaned forward. And honestly, I think the whole thing brought you and Reed together. So maybe it was a good thing in the end. Maybe. So we're good? I set my glass down and looked directly at her. Actually, I said, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. It's wild, I said, keeping my voice light and casual. How you turned your own crush story into mine. Olivia's smile didn't just falter. It disappeared completely. Her iced latte paused halfway to her mouth. What? The playlist story. With Reed. That was yours, not mine. She set her drink down carefully. No, it wasn't. Sophomore year, you made him a playlist called Songs for You. 48 songs. You gave it to him at the library. That's not. You wore your gray hoodie with the coffee stain on the sleeve. The one you always wore when you wanted to look casual, but you'd spent an hour getting ready. Her face went pale. At the table next to us, I heard Blair's chair shift slightly. Reed had stopped scrolling on his phone. I don't know what you're talking about, Olivia said, but her voice had gone quiet. You told me about it the same night. You were crying in my car because he said thanks but didn't really react. You said it was the most humiliating moment of your life. That's not true. And the coffee shop story? Grindhouse? I gave Reed a list in an envelope. Yeah, but I did it after school in the parking lot, not at Grindhouse. You were the one who gave him something at Grindhouse. A handwritten note asking if he wanted to study together. Olivia opened her mouth, then closed it. He said no, by the way, in case you forgot that part. She grabbed her purse. I don't have to sit here and listen to this. You're right, you don't, but everyone else is. She looked around. Blair was watching openly now. Reed had put his phone down completely. Two people at another table had stopped mid-conversation. This is insane, Olivia said. You're making things up because you're jealous. Of what? Of me, my followers, my success. The fact that people actually care about my stories. Your stories, I repeated. Right. She stood up. I'm leaving. Do you remember what you told me that night in my car? After Reed rejected you at Grindhouse? She didn't answer. You said, at least no one else knows. At least it's just between us. Her hand tightened on her purse strap. But it wasn't just between us anymore, was it? Because you told 30,000 strangers. You just changed whose story it was. That's not what happened. Then what did happen, Olivia? She looked at me, then at the tables around us, then back at me. You're twisting everything. Am I? You gave Reed a playlist. Everyone knows that. I gave him a list of songs, yeah. But you're the one who made the whole production out of it. The envelope, the coffee shop, the standing there waiting for a response. That was you. A guy at the table behind Olivia leaned over to his friend and whispered something. She heard it and flinched. I'm not doing this, she said. You already did, 4 weeks ago, to 30,000 people. She turned and walked toward the door. Then she stopped, came back to the table and pointed at me. You're a terrible friend, she said. You know that? Maybe. But at least I didn't make money off your embarrassment. Her face flushed red. She left without another word. I sat alone at the table, finishing my water. Blair came over after a minute and sat down across from me. Was that true? She asked. About the playlist being her story? Most of it, yeah. I changed some details when I gave him mine. Did it privately. But the core of it, giving someone a list of songs and waiting for them to react, that was all her. Blair nodded slowly. She's been posting like crazy about this. I know. Are you going to say anything? Online, I mean? I don't know yet. Reed walked over next. He stood next to the table, hands in his pockets. That was her story, he asked? Yeah. Why didn't you say something sooner? Because I wanted her to say it first. I wanted to see if she'd admit it on her own. Did she ever make you a playlist? Blair asked Reed. He shook his head. She gave me a note once. Asked if I wanted to hang out. I said I was busy. At Grindhouse? Yeah, how did you know? Because that's the story she's been telling everyone was mine. Reed sat down in the chair Olivia had vacated. She's going to freak out. Probably. Are you ready for that? I've been ready for a month. Blair excused herself and went back to her table. Reed stayed. Why didn't you tell me? He asked. Would you have believed me? I don't know, maybe. Exactly. He nodded, understanding. What are you going to do now? Wait. For what? For her to make it worse. We sat in silence for a minute. Then Reed said, for what it's worth, I liked your list. The one you actually gave me. Yeah? Yeah. It was thoughtful, not performative. Thanks. He left a few minutes later and I stayed at the cafe, drinking water and watching people come and go. At some point, I checked my phone. No messages from Olivia, but Becca had texted, what happened at lunch? Olivia's losing it. I didn't respond. An hour later, Olivia posted a new video. I watched it in the parking lot before driving home. She was in her car, crying, makeup streaked down her face. I just had the worst lunch of my life, she said into the camera. My friend, my supposed best friend, just accused me of lying about everything, in public, in front of people we know. She wiped her eyes dramatically. She said the story I told was actually mine, that I made it up, that I stole her experience and claimed it as someone else's, which is completely insane because I would never do that. The video cut to her sitting up straighter, trying to compose herself. I don't know what's happening to her. I really don't. But this has gone way too far. I can't keep defending someone who's actively trying to destroy me. The comments were already flooding in. She sounds unhinged. You deserve so much better. Cut her off completely. But there were other comments too. Wait, so was it your story or hers? This doesn't make sense. Why would she say that in front of witnesses? I screenshot the video and all the comments questioning her story. Then I opened my folder and added them to the rest. That night, my sister called. Did you really tell her off in public? She asked. Sort of. Mom's mad. She thinks you're making everything worse. Of course she does. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You don't sound fine. I will be. The next morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls. 12 from Olivia, 5 from Quinn. I ignored all of them and made coffee instead. At 9 a.m., Olivia posted another video. No tears this time. Just her sitting at her desk looking directly into the camera. I want to address what happened yesterday, she said, because I think it's important to set the record straight. She took a deep breath. My friend accused me of lying about the playlist story. She said it was my story, not hers. And I want to be very clear. That is absolutely not true. She held up her phone, showing what looked like old text messages. I have proof. Text from 2 years ago where she told me about giving Reed the playlist. Screenshots of our conversations where she asked for advice on what songs to include. I kept all of it because I knew someday she might try to rewrite history. The video ended with her looking sad and exhausted. I don't want to do this, I really don't. But I can't let her destroy my reputation with lies. I watched the video 3 times, studying the screenshots she'd shown. They were real texts, real conversations, but they were missing context. The parts where she'd talked about her own playlist first, where she'd admitted Reed rejected her, where she'd asked me how to handle the embarrassment. She'd edited the story perfectly, kept the parts that supported her narrative, deleted the rest. I opened my own screenshots, the full conversations, unedited, and put my phone down. Then I texted Reed, "Can you meet me at Rosewood again? Tomorrow at noon?" He replied immediately, "Yeah, what's going on? I'm going to need you to tell everyone what actually happened. The real story. All of it." "Are you sure?" "I'm sure." Thursday morning, Reed met me at Rosewood Cafe an hour before noon. I showed him my phone, the full text threads, unedited, stretching back 2 years. "This is the conversation where she told me about making you the playlist," I said, scrolling to the relevant section. "See the date? March 14th, sophomore year, 2 months before I gave you mine." Reed read through the messages, his expression shifting from curious to uncomfortable. "She really did make me a playlist?" "Yeah, you never listened to it?" "I don't think so. She gave me a note at Grindhouse asking to hang out. I said I was busy, and that was it." The playlist was attached to the note. She'd written it all out by hand. He kept scrolling. "And this part where she's crying about it? That's the night I picked her up from your neighborhood. She'd been sitting in her car for an hour trying to work up the courage to knock on your door and give you the note in person. She couldn't do it, so she left it in your mailbox instead." I never knew that. "Because she made me promise not to tell anyone. And I didn't, until she decided to tell everyone it was my story." Blair arrived next, followed by Quinn, then Becca and Zoe. I'd texted them all separately, asking them to come, telling them it was important. They sat at different tables, confused about why they were here. At 11:55, Olivia walked in. She saw me first, then Reed, then the others. Her face went from surprise to suspicious to angry in seconds. "What is this?" she asked, standing in the doorway. "Sit down," I said. "No, what's going on?" I said sit down. She looked around the cafe. At least 10 people were watching now, phones out, clearly recognizing her from TikTok. She sat. "You posted a video yesterday," I said, showing text messages as proof that the playlist story was mine. Because it was. "You showed part of the conversation, not all of it." I showed what mattered. I pulled up my phone and turned it toward her. "This is the full conversation, starting from the beginning, where you told me about making Reed a playlist, where you described giving it to him at Grindhouse, where you cried to me about him not responding." Olivia glanced at the screen, then away. "That's not what that says." "Read it out loud." "No." "Reed, can you read it?" Reed took my phone and started reading. His voice carried across the cafe, clear and steady. March 14th. Olivia, I did something really stupid today. You. What happened? Olivia, I made Reed a playlist, like a whole handwritten list of 48 songs. I gave it to him at Grindhouse in an envelope with a note asking if he wanted to study together. Olivia stood up. "Stop." Reed kept reading. You. What did he say? Olivia, he said he was busy. Didn't even look at the playlist. I just stood there like an idiot waiting for him to say something else and he didn't. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. That's enough, Olivia said. You. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to come get you? Reed continued. Olivia. Yes, please. I'm sitting in my car crying. I can't drive like this. He handed the phone back to me. Olivia's face had gone completely red. That's private. So was my story. The one you told 30,000 people. It's not the same. It's exactly the same. Except I actually lived through mine. You just borrowed the embarrassing parts of yours and said they were mine. Becca spoke up from her table. Wait, so the viral video, that was your story, Olivia? No, Olivia said quickly. She's twisting things. I'm reading your own words, Reed said. Quinn looked between us, confused. But you said you were just sharing a friend's story. You said you'd never do something like that. I was sharing a story, Olivia said. Her story. The playlist thing happened to both of us. But you made yours first, I said, 2 months before mine. And yours happened at Grindhouse, which is the location you used in the video. Mine happened in the school parking lot. Zoe pulled out her phone. I'm looking at the original video right now. You specifically said Grindhouse. You specifically said she stood there waiting for a response. That's not what happened to you. I shook my head. I handed Reed the list after school. He said thanks and that he'd check it out later. No dramatic waiting. No public humiliation. That part was all her. Olivia grabbed her purse. I'm not listening to this. You don't have to, I said, but everyone else is. A girl at the counter had her phone up, clearly recording. 2 other people were doing the same. Olivia noticed and turned toward them. Stop filming. No one stopped. She looked back at me. You planned this. Yeah, I did. Just like you planned every video you posted about me for the last month. That's different. I was trying to process what happened. You were trying to go viral and it worked. 30,000 followers. How much money did you make off my humiliation? She didn't answer. Reed stood up. For the record, I did listen to the playlist she gave me. The one that was actually hers. I kept it in my car for like a year. Olivia stared at him. What? The list you gave me. I have it in my glove compartment. Never threw it away. Why didn't you tell me? Because you made it weird. You kept following me around after that, asking if I'd listened to it yet, if I liked the songs. I didn't know how to tell you I wasn't interested without making it worse. Olivia's hands were shaking now. She turned to our friends. You all believe her? Quinn looked uncomfortable. I mean, she has the texts. Text can be edited. Then show us your version, Becca said. The full conversation. Olivia pulled out her phone, scrolling frantically. Then she stopped. I don't have them anymore. I deleted that thread. How convenient, Blair said from her table. I deleted it because it was painful, Olivia snapped. Because I didn't want to remember how Reed rejected me. The cafe went silent. Zoe spoke first. So it was your story. Olivia looked around, realizing what she'd just admitted. That's not what I meant. You just said Reed rejected you, Quinn said quietly, with the playlist. At Grindhouse. Olivia's voice went high and defensive. He rejected her too. But you told everyone the Grindhouse story was hers, Becca said. You described it exactly the way it happened to you. The envelope, the waiting, all of it. Because it makes a better story. I leaned forward. So you admit you lied. I didn't lie. I just rearranged things, made it more interesting. You made it mine instead of yours. Because no one would care if it was my story. But yours, you and Reed, people actually wanted to hear about that. Because you made me look pathetic. You made yourself look pathetic by actually doing it. Reed stood up straighter. She didn't do anything pathetic. She gave me a list of songs she thought I'd like. That's it. She didn't make a big production out of it. She didn't wait around for validation. She just handed it to me and left. That's not embarrassing. That's honest. Olivia laughed, but it sounded wrong. Oh, please, you all act like I committed some crime. It's just a story. It's my story, I said. Or it was supposed to be yours. You took the most humiliating thing that ever happened to you and made everyone think it happened to me instead. So what? You got attention from Reed because of it. You should be thanking me. Thanking you? Yeah, he never would have talked to you if I hadn't posted that video. Now you're dating or whatever. You're welcome. I stood up. We're not dating. We're just friends. And the only reason he reached out was because he felt bad that everyone was laughing at me. Reed nodded. Yeah, pretty much. Olivia looked between us, her expression shifting from defensive to desperate. You're both just trying to ruin me. You ruined yourself, Blair said. She's just showing people what you did. Olivia turned to Becca, then Quinn, then Zoe. You guys believe this? None of them answered right away. Then Quinn said, I mean, you did just admit it was your story. I didn't. You said Reed rejected you with the playlist at Grindhouse. We all heard it. Olivia looked at her phone. Someone had already posted a clip of her confession to social media. The comments were coming in fast. Wait, she lied about the whole thing? So it was her embarrassing story? This is actually insane. Olivia's face went pale as she scrolled through them. Then she looked up at me. I hate you, she said. I know. She grabbed her bag and walked out. No dramatic exit speech, no final defense, just walked straight out the door and got in her car. I sat back down and finished my water. Blair came over and sat across from me. That was intense, she said. Yeah, do you feel better? I don't know yet. Becca, Quinn, and Zoe gathered around the table. They all looked uncomfortable. We should have believed you sooner, Quinn said. It's fine. It's not fine, Becca said. We took her side without even asking you what happened. You didn't know. We could have asked. I shrugged. It's over now. They left one by one, apologizing again, promising to text later. Reed stayed. You okay? He asked. Ask me tomorrow. That night, Olivia's TikTok account disappeared. Every video, every comment, every trace of her viral fame, gone. Her Instagram went private. So did her other social media. By morning, 3 different people had posted their own videos about what happened at the cafe. The comments on those videos were overwhelmingly supportive of me. She had literal proof and people still doubted her. Imagine stealing someone's trauma for clout. This is why you don't trust viral story times. My phone filled with messages. Apologies from people who'd laughed at the original video. DMs from strangers saying they'd been through something similar. Friend requests from people I hadn't talked to in years. I ignored most of them and went to sleep. Friday morning, I woke up to a text from Reed. Coffee today? Actual coffee, no drama. Sure. Noon? See you there. I met him at Grindhouse. The real location from Olivia's story, not mine. He was already waiting with 2 drinks. Iced latte, he said, sliding one across the table. Figured you'd need it. Thanks. We sat in comfortable silence for a few minutes. Then he said, she deleted everything. I know. People are still talking about it. They'll move on. Will you? I took a sip of my latte. Eventually, he smiled. For what it's worth, I'm glad I actually got to know you. The real you, not the viral version. Me too. We finished our coffee and made plans to hang out again next week. No pressure, no expectations. Just 2 people who'd been through something strange together and came out the other side okay. As I drove home, I deleted the folder of screenshots from my phone. Every video, every comment, every piece of evidence, gone. I didn't need them anymore. Olivia never apologized, never reached out, but 3 of our mutual friends texted throughout the week to check in, and Blair invited me to lunch the following Tuesday. The viral video was still out there somewhere, screenshotted and saved by strangers, but my name was never attached to it. And now everyone who mattered knew the truth. That was enough.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.